Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal, and I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to give you guys my review for Thor Ragnarok. Now, at first, I'm going to give you guys my non-spoiler overview, and at the second part of the video, I'll start talking spoilers. So you don't have to worry about whether or not I'm talking spoilers during the first part, but I had a lot of fun when I came back. I definitely enjoyed the film overall. I think it was it was actually, this time was a lot more fun than some other Marvel entries. I think it was definitely better than Thor 1 and 2 by a long shot. I think that this time, we finally see, I think this is probably the best, movie with Thor, but also because everything is happening in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they're really able to do a lot more with the other planets that they can visit, and since Guardians of the Galaxy, you can actually have that kind of humor in a Marvel movie, and it's really good. It's a lot of fun. It was really exciting. I was happy to see Hulk in this film. I really enjoyed pretty much all of the characters. I really liked Hela as a villain. Jeff Goldblum is actually just playing a typical Jeff Goldblum character, and I really like the introduction of the new character by I think it's Tessa Thompson plays Valkyrie, and I really enjoyed pretty much the entire cast overall. I mean, every little bit of the film had a lot of things to enjoy. So if to give you my best overall impressions about whether or not you should see this film, I definitely say go see it. I think the music was really good. I think that the overall atmosphere was really good. I liked where each set piece went. The action was well done. I of course enjoy action movies, so to me, when I see a lot of action on screen, and obviously the action in this movie meant something. There was a lot more, the punches and the kicks actually, gave a lot of weight to each punch and strike that they had. I think one of the best things that I really liked of this film overall had to do with Hulk, which I'll talk about more in the actual spoiler section. But again, once I really enjoyed this film. So at this point, I think it's really hard to talk about this movie without giving away too many spoilers. It's so hard to not spoil the film. I mean, overall, I think the film is really good. So at this point, I think I will start talking spoilers. First of all, there are a lot of the good parts about the movie. I can start talking about some of the bad stuff too, but I liked the fight between Thor and Hulk. I think that was a really well done fight. I liked that Hulk was kind of like living the life of being a gladiator and just really enjoyed it. And I liked the fact that he had personality as the Hulk. It's something that usually Hulk is just a raging monster, but Hulk actually having like a personality and having a life, so to speak, while he's on this battle world. And he I forgot, I think it's Sakaar is the actual planet, and he's actually having a life. He's showering, he's eating, he has conversations, he trains, he fights, and the fight between him and Thor, I thought was hysterical, because obviously you've seen it from the trailers. He's like, yes, I know this guy from work, but when they actually start fighting, it's really cool, because Thor actually begins to manifest more powers. He has actual lightning powers that he didn't really have in previous films, and it's like, man, how come he didn't have all these powers? And what happens is that Hela comes to gets released because Odin dies. And it's kind of sad, because Anthony Hopkins has this bittersweet farewell moment in the movie, and Hela comes and she's full-blown villain. She has the horns, she had the helmet, which is something that I really think that I don't like about the Marvel Cinematic Universe version of Asgard, is because they don't have their helmets all the time, and she has the full-blown helmet, which she, when she's ready to fight, is when she actually brings it out. And I think that was really well done too. I mean, I like the fact that Loki even will wear the helmet, but Thor never would. But when he actually fights when he actually fights Hulk, he is wearing a variation of the old helmet. Stan Lee's cameo is absolutely hysterical. It is the reason why he has short hair is because Stan Lee comes in and gives him, and it's so funny because you see this like, no, don't cut my hair, don't cut my hair. It's so funny. And I really liked Valkyrie. Speaking of Valkyrie, when they kind of give her origin story, I was kind of surprised that they did not use the old March of the Valkyries. I know that's like if you're a fan of WWE, you know that Daniel Bryan, that was his theme song, was basically March of the Valkyries, and they didn't use it for her, and I was like, oh man, they should have. But they did use Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song in this film, which is iconic, and the lyrics to that song actually pertain more to like Norse mythology, so it's perfect for Thor, but it's been overused in other Hulk, other action movies. So like you see it in Shrek, and you see it in this, and you're like, oh man, like it just kind of feels overplayed when you hear that and you're like, oh, okay, all right, I've heard this before. But at the same time, I mean, it's a good song. It's perfect for Thor, but it just feels overused, and it's only because of the fact that it's overused in other action movies does it kind of feel like overplayed in this movie. But at the same time, like I said, it's perfect for Thor. And again, they show Surtur, and he is a magnificent villain when he finally actually fully becomes who he's supposed to become. But at the same time, like it's kind of cool that they have all of these different characters showing up in places, because it almost felt like in other Marvel Cinematic movies they were afraid to use them, and now it's like, since Guardians of the Galaxy, we can basically pull out all the stops. And that's one thing, the good things about this movie is that it really does pull out all the stops to like throw everything in Thor mythology, or actually I should say Marvel's Thor mythology, into this film, even though it kind of does it its own way. The soundtrack is very 80s. It kind of has like these laser lights and kind of like synthetic noises. If you're a fan of the synthetic noises that like Rocky IV or Transformers the movie back in '86, like any of those movies that like use that synthetic sound, that's the soundtrack, like pretty much the musical overtones for Thor Ragnarok. So but when at the end of this film, I mean, the one thing that kind of got me was that like Thor's missing an eye, and it was kind of one of those things where I was like, I guess they're trying to make him like he's Odin's replacement. And if you know anything about Odin from the comics, is that his eye is what allows him to be all-seeing as Odin, and him actually not for Thor to lose his eye, it's not the same. It's not really the same as it is in the comics. So I guess they wanted to do that to kind of like show like that Thor is now like taking better responsibility. He's being a better hero. I'm also curious what's going to happen now that Mjolnir, the hammer, has been destroyed. And they don't bring it back. It's kind of like one of those things where it's like, you lost the hammer and the hammer's gone. Asgard is gone, and pretty much everything is like changed. But the people of Asgard are still alive, except for the Warriors 3, and that was kind of sad. Which reminds me, I am kind of curious what happened to Lady Sif. Is like she's still around, or like where is she? And I'm wondering if Jamie Alexander will come back, maybe for another Marvel Cinematic film, because I mean she made cameo appearances in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but where they're going to do that is completely up to them. So overall, again, I enjoyed the film. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was probably one of the better Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. I think it was much better than Thor 1 and 2. I had a lot of fun. The end credit sequences are okay. I think the middle one was probably a lot more meaningful, because that's going to be where we're going to leave off for Thor going into Avengers Infinity War. So You know, but what did you guys think? Did you guys enjoy Thor Ragnarok? Have you guys seen the movie yet? Of course, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe because I got more videos coming down the road. And as always, guys, until next time.